Breakfast at Candy G's.
Yeah, man. Well, we want to say big up to Candi G. Evolve Music Entertainment wants enough respect. Thanks for keeping the reggae fire going. Seeing big up all the time.
You're locked on to Breakfast at Candi G's, and we're here at the Penthouse Studio in Jamaica with the legendary saxophonist Dean Fraser. So, hi Dean, how are you today?
Good man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to be seated here with you right now. If you can just give us a bit of your history.
Well, I play music since 19 what? I started in the studios about 1980, 79, 80, and been going at it since.
So originally you started off playing the clarinet, didn't
I started to play clarinet at age 30,
you? Okay.
and then I went into a band at age 15, a prominent Jamaican band called Sun Bradshaw 7.
Okay, and
But we played mostly top 10 music, music for people to dance and listen to and all that. It was like a top 10 band. And then now, by 1979, 80, I started to go to studios, Joe Gibbs, Channel 1, all of these studios, and started to work in studios.
okay, so what's the most memorable moment for you?
Well, I have lots of them, I have lots of memorable moments, of course.
Like what's
Play-
most significant?
doing Bob Marley's album Survival, Peter Tosh album Mama Africa, Wanted, Bonnie Wheeler's album Rock and Roll.
Because you've worked on over hundreds of big
I've
reggae
worked
songs,
on
like the
albums,
majority of them, hasn't
so, it was really, those are, some of,
And was you in the band with John Holt?
no, well, I've played in England with John Hall,
Oh, okay.
with the London Philharmonic and
Okay.
so forth, yes.
Okay. And what are you doing at the moment with your music?
I'm here recording.
It's just recording.
Yeah, produced Taurus Riley, Dwayne Stevenson, and quite a few other artists that, so that's my forte, right?
And why the saxophone?
Well, it's a teacher. Of course, clarinet is like the mother of these instruments. So
Okay.
the minute you learn to play a clarinet, you are able to play saxophones after.
Okay. And have you got it on you right now to give us your saxophone?
No,
You can't give us this now.
no, that's in bed, right? No.
Oh, okay. Another question I had was, can you sing? Do you actually sing? Have you ever sang? Or is
Yeah,
it just
man.
mainly instruments
Yeah, man.
that you're interested in?
No, we did the vocals. We did actually have a very big song in England named
Okay.
Girlfriend. Yeah, man.
Okay, and how was
Years
that
ago.
for you?
It was a big thing,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't want to sing really.
You prefer
To just
do the
play
instrument?
and play my instrument.
Yeah. Okay, and what do you do for your community, your country, through your music?
Well, as me tell you, we play and we do anything. We help all and try help all and little youth. Them all we can help some of them, and we do what we can.
Alright. So, who is your influences in music? Who influenced you to become who you are today?
We have plenty of influences. As a youth, my aunt started influence me first as a young woman going to college and playing a little music. And then of course my teacher, and from my teacher to my other teacher, my teacher Babe O'Brien, and from him to people like Sonny Bradshaw, Jackie Jackson, Cedric Brooks, Glenda Costa, and of course, Jamaica had a lot of great saxophonists in Tommy McCook and Roland Alfonso and Sterling and all these people. And these people, influence me personally because I, listen to a lot of their music and it is like world music. It's great. So.
Yeah. So when I was younger, I first heard you with, do you know the piano player Kenny G? That's how saxophonist, yeah. That's how I recognised your name, growing up.
Okay.
Because I used to play the piano.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said piano.
Yeah,
by accident.
right.
I used to play the piano, so I used to listen to Kenny G.
Right.
And then obviously I've got a love for jazz, and then I learned about your music.
Okay.
When I was about 11, 12, so it's quite young. Listening to that. So, what challenges have you faced while emerging in the industry?
Challenges come every day, but we have to step on them. Them kind of way there.
But I mean, like, while you're trying to grow into the industry and
Yeah,
break
I
through.
know, but that all of that. I mean, I used to come to the studio. I think I may have gone to the studio for about a year and a half before even playing on a song.
Okay.
So you have these challenges and you have to just step past them. There's no time for really, make that an obstacle. So you have to step past it.
And how do you believe you've maintained your status in the music and kept yourself prominent?
By just being very musical, being someone who listens to music, not only play but listen to other people's music, because I think that is very important.
So what music do you listen to?
Every music.
Like, what's in your disc changer right now?
My disc changer
Or
right
in your
now
heart?
having Justin Bieber, who else? I have all of these new pop songs that.
So it's not just reggae music.
No, and then when I am in my hotel rooms or traveling, I listen to a lot of Quincy Jones stuff.
Like Motown music.
I have different moods, and then I would listen to a lot of piano stuff from people like Dave Grusin to David Foster, and then I listen to a lot of Coltrane, and from Coltrane to David Sanborn, Grover Washington. So it depends on my mood, Then I would just listen to straight studio and Duke Reed stuff, Listen to all this Tommy McCook and then I would listen to Skia. I just have my modes and I just switch from genre to genre.
You're versatile,
and
depending
just,
on your mood.
Right, and then listen. And then, I go as far as still flamenco music.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, man. And then,
You can dance flamenco?
No, not that. I'm not even going to attempt that. And then we listen to a lot of what you call African music.
Okay, like the Afro beats, or
No, I'm talking straight African music. Music from out of Nigeria, music from out of the Ivory Coast, Zaire, South Africa. Of course, some of the greats come out of South Africa, and so we listen to a lot of that stuff.
how would you describe, what's your views on the industry right now, like in regards to reggae and dancehall?
I think our music has grown so much that it doesn't belong to us. It's not really indigenous to us anymore. So people might think it's something bad, I think it's something good. I think our music now is really international because other people have to play our music. So our music is one of the top music in the world. And when you go to the Olympics, how many countries come to the Olympics? 200 and something. And can you imagine a country like Jamaica have its own music, and not only that is great. But what is even greater is that we have at least 3 genres of pop music
Okay.
that belong to Jamaica.
Okay, what are those?
Ska, reggae,
Oh, okay.
dancehall.
So you're putting them as like sub-genres under pop?
Of course.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Of course. Because, I mean, all of the big reggae songs that, have come out that are, have been done by foreigners, right? They are doing straight reggae. Beyonce and what's her name?
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj,
Rihanna,
Beyonce,
yeah.
Rihanna, all those people doing dancehall stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? And ska is one of the biggest music, Europe, Asia, Japan and those places. And I mean, unfortunately, we don't even have a ska band from Jamaica.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh, wow.
we don't even have a ska band from Jamaica. And that's one of the biggest music, that's one of the nicest music. So, and I mean, we have all these ska bands in Europe, in Japan, overall. See? So, as I'm saying to you, when you look at it, the music of reggae, ska, and dancehall is 3 of the biggest pop genres in the world, and it's Jamaica it come from.
Okay, that's interesting. And what's your view on the actual dancehall artists and how they, the stigma that's behind dancehall?
Well, dancehall is a culture, really, and what I would love to see is our dancehall artists just get themselves in line and show a little more respect towards their music, their own music, because I think that we can do much better when with dancehall and getting it out there coming from Jamaica, because as I said to you before, dancehall has been very not so musical these days. You understand me? When the dancehall of the 80s and 90s was very musical.
I was going to ask you that. How would you
Right.
compare them?
Yeah,
The music,
it was
the
very
sing,
musical. I mean, those
the
days,
artists.
those days you had the pepper seed rhythm, them and punani and all and slang thing. Those are dancehall music that hit the world by storm. You understand what I said to you? And of course the biggest dancehall song as far as I am concerned, with Murder She Wrote, right? And we don't have that anymore. We don't have that anymore. Everything is kind of just very hardcore now and thing. And then, how certain places, certain countries still, all kind of stigma just start attaching to the music. And, we have to burn that still and run them with that, because rock music says the same or even worse. Yeah? And rap music does it too. So, when you turn your nose up on dancehall music, it's just a matter of, people want to, push everything aside. But everything up and large, man. And our artists must just represent and stand behind it. And, not just talk, but business and everything, be outstanding with what they're doing.
Yeah, that's true. So, where do you see yourself going with your career in the next few years? Where do you want to be?
I just continue to do my music and help make my music be the music as it is today.
So you're more. Have you always done production, or you're doing more production now than you was
I've
before?
always done it. I've done production and didn't even know what I was doing.
Okay.
And it, because my first big production was done about somewhere about 80, 81, I did a song with a singer called Roddy Thomas named When I Think of You. That was my first production, which was a very big song in England.
Yeah.
Very, very huge song. And I mean, at the time, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't understand what production was. I just made a song by listening to records and listening to what come off the record, and try to reproduce and say, oh, this is what happens. And things. But then, of course, I had a little mentor named Jeffrey Chung, who, I used to sit beside, and he taught me a lot of this stuff and, how to do a lot of things when you record, a lot of secret and that. So,
And what message would you give to the young people, young artists trying to emerge in the industry right now?
Well, first, more to the artists, they must know their music history. That's another thing with dancehall. Dancehall artists, I mean, not all of them, but I would say most of them have no idea of where our music come from, who helped to make it, and who, bring it to the fore. Them have no idea. So, them just come and think, say, it started and stop with them, and nothing don't go so. And there's another thing that is happening here that I can't, they must really pay more attention. Like, for instance, like the other day, they had a little mishap with the popcorn and the drink situation and all of that.
Yeah.
And that was all over the news.
Yeah.
But yet still nobody spoke about Boris Gardner being sampled by Kendrick Lamar.
True. And what's your opinion on that as well?
Then that look what him listening to. And I can tell you, 90% of the dancehall artists don't know who Boris Gardner is.
Yeah.
And they live in Jamaica. And Boris Gardner live in Jamaica too. I can tell you that. It's 90%. Boris Gardner, Boris who? What? That's what I'm going to say. And yet still, he's being sampled by the top rapper as far as me is concerned.
Yeah, a lot of them don't realise.
Right, and then they are quarrel about why Drake never put popcorn tune on him album. You understand me? So we need to catch up and go ahead and get to things serious and stand with it, Because if we clean up the dancehall production, put more, behind it.
You're saying there is a future for dancehall. It's not dead completely.
But dancehall not dead. Dancehall not dead at all. What do you think work is?
Yeah.
It's dancehall.
True. Because she was originally gonna put Popcorn Cartel on Regado on that.
It is dancehall.
So, but like
What's
you
her
said
name?
at the beginning of the conversation, our music's been transformed and taken by other cultures now.
Yes. So
So would you say it's been diluted, or would you say it's still the same dancehall, just being more added to it?
I don't know what you mean when you say diluted. But,
When I say diluted, I mean like it's a sound. The sounds come from our culture, So when for example, I know you said pop, you described it as reggae, but I'm going to use pop in the term like, for example, like Rihanna's or Britney Spears or Justin Bieber's.
Yeah.
So for example, if one of those were to go and take the Jamaican music now, it's no longer authentic. That's what I mean by diluted, watered down.
Authenticity and what we call indigenous business is that you are talking about.
Yeah.
But you see, if you listen to Justin Bieber, sorry.
To me, that's a dancehall. That's dancehall.
So,
yeah,
so we
definitely.
don't we don't have to debate about that. You understand what I'm saying? And I am just saying that we can touch that level if we just pay a little more attention to our writing skills, our production skills, and all that. Because then, I mean, these people, the pop scene is searching for something else to make
Yeah.
them music sound a little different.
Yeah.
And it's Jamaica them look to. You understand me? So that's what I'm saying now.
So they're succeeding by taking other people's sounds.
Of course. That's what's happening. And
Instead of
we, they are, we feel just stand, get our foot in there and be firm with what we are doing, you understand me? And that's the basic, that's the bottom line.
So if your fans or anyone out there want to find out more information on Dean Fraser, where to find your music, where you're touring, anything about you, where can they go to?
Well, I don't have any website on them today because I really not into social media, so to speak. I am Instagram and all, you know. So, I mean, if you go to Instagram, you'll see me and all that. But me personally, just want to make music. I don't really want to hide.
Okay, so you don't look for the fans to come to your
The fans are going to
just there
and
anyway. Yeah.
But me just want to appear when me feel appear and disappear when
That's
me
nice.
disappear. I don't want to be up in the people's face all the time. You understand me?
And one more question I had for
Yeah.
you. Sorry, when you was judging that competition last
Yes.
night, the Clash, what was going through your head?
I was really.
The first round, especially, because
Yeah.
your face.
I was really, you know, I would say about 85% of the night, I was really doing the same thing we're speaking about. I was really just looking at how dancehall just have this wicked culture, and it is just something else. You know, it's something where you just have to experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is just a wicked experience, and you know the culture is dead, and you know then you know it's just weird that you ask me that. Then this morning when we wake up, you know, I start to say to myself, but you know, people have this tendency of beating the dancehall artists them and beating them down at what they come up with and everything. But then I remember when I was growing up, my mother used to listen to a thing named Calypso.
Okay.
And these old Calypso songs,
Sparrow?
Sparrow, Kitchener,
Yeah, that's my dad listens to.
yeah, all of these songs did what dancehall is doing right now. It told you about women cheating, man cheating, tell you about which girl ugly and how she shape bad, and all of these, all of it has been said.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? You know, you have the music that does describe people and describe them bad, them good, you know, indifferent. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
You know. So you know, I was looking at it and said, I think you know, this is the same kind of culture, and this is the people. This is the music of the people. It's about the people. You understand me? So dancehall music is basically the same. Dancehall music tell you about the two ladies them will sit down on the corner and start chat them friend, and when them friend come them be a hypocrite, and the man them where them and man are brethren, and then if them get a chance them rob him, maybe even kill him through them things and the bad mind situation and everything. And that's what dancehall is about. It's roots music. It's about what people see happen around them every day. And that is why I remember.
So how did you judge the two artists or DJs when you're judging? What are you looking for?
Well, what I was looking for was very easy last night, because when Mataran came to the stage first, he made it very easy for me. He started out with the very old natural mystic into who the cap fit, you know, that kind of thing, that kind of long time stone love thing, and then going to the Dennis Brown thing. The only thing that was beautiful about his Dennis Brown selection was he did Wolf and Leopard,
Yeah.
which was a song that, you know, you don't normally hear that song there dance. But then, when Lynx came on, his intro was, as I would call it, epic. Him come, him establishing himself, him had a itch or a glitch, where you want to call it, and him just went solo immediately. You understand me? He never made anything stop him. I think he was very prepared.
He was on fire, definitely.
You understand me?
Yeah,
I think he was very, very prepared. And I mean, he was prepared with his music, and mentally he was ready also. You
So
understand
he
me?
rightfully deserved that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was ready. He was really, really, really ready. You know?
Okay. So, what music have you got coming out that we have to look out for?
What music never come out? You know, say,
You got that much?
me have to just wait a little bit and say, well, this is what's happening. Because we're just recording right now. And,
But you're going to send it to Candi G for exclusive play in London
well, I hope
first?
so, right?
Breakfast at Candi G's.